Hi, family. Hope you're doing well. I'm back with you. It's Africano Sorenko, and I have another video to share with you. So, family, I'm here to discuss a young man that was unalived at the hands of law enforcement and paramedics. His name was Elijah McClain. And I'm going to read you a little bit about what occurred with Mr. Um, McClain. So it says a judge frees Colorado paramedic convicted in Elijah McClain's death from prison. And Elijah McClain was a young black American man that was unalived in 2020. A Colorado paramedic convicted in the death Elijah McClain, a black man whose name became part of a rallying cries for social justice that swept the U.S. in 2020, is being released from prison after a judge reduced his sentence to 4 years of probation on Friday. Judge Mark Warner ruled that unusual and extenuating circumstances in the case justified reducing the 5 year prison sentence. Now, all he got was 5 years for unaliving this young man. Warner is the same judge who sentenced Kik to prison in March. McClain was walking down the street in a Denver suburb in 2019 when police responding to a suspicious person report forcibly restrained him and put him in a neck hold. His final words were, "I can't breathe," foreshadowed those of George Floyd a year later in Minneapolis. So, do you see the uh, repetitiveness? Do you see how young black men are being unalived in different cities across the United States by law enforcement and also paramedics, hospitals, doctors, anybody, okay? Anybody, citizens, residents, anything. Chunik and a fellow paramedic were convicted in December of criminally negligent homicide for injecting McClain with ketamine, a powerful sedative blamed for killing the 23-year-old massage therapist. Sikchunik also was convicted on a more serious charge of second-degree assault for giving a drug without consent or a legitimate medical purpose. So they injected ketamine into this young man that can cause an irate. And it's been found, family, that black people are subject to having heart failure or things like that. Now, this was a study that was done a number of years ago by a very influential doctor that said black people should not be injected with ketamine. That this was a Caucasian doctor because it can cause them heart failure. Okay, uh, the uh, the medical world has known this for years. Yet they still use this as a mean for black people to calm them down. Okay, so let me go on further. McClain's death and others have raised questions about the use of ketamine to subdue struggling suspects, and the prosecution sent shockwaves through the ranks of paramedics across the U.S. After considering the evidence, a statewide grand jury indicted Sikchunik, and a jury of his peers found him guilty of his criminal acts that led to the death of Elijah McClain. We are disappointed the court reduced his sentence today, but we respect the court's decision. The Office of Colorado Attorney General Philip Weiser said in a statement. Colorado's mandatory sentencing law allows a court to modify a sentence after a defendant has served at least 119 days. So, I tell you what, that wouldn't have been a black uh, paramedic that did that to a Caucasian person, and he would have been released after 119 days. The case is exceptional and involves unusual and extenuating circumstances. McClain's mother, Shanine McClain, declined via email to comment Friday. Poor woman. In March, she celebrated the original sentence handed down by the judge as she left the courtroom that day, raising her fist in the air. Family, it is very obvious and evident that to law enforcement, to the medical world, and the political world, and a whole bunch of other uh, entities, that they don't believe that Black Lives Matter. Okay, that's what they don't believe. This is why we have to believe it wholeheartedly with our hearts and very fiber of our beings, because it is evident that professionals or even non-professionals are allowed to go out here and just unalive Black people without any kind of, most times, without any kind of, um, um, you know, getting themselves locked up, being incarcerated, being reprimanded, nothing. Oftentimes, these people will not go to jail. Oftentimes, they may go to jail for a year or two, or they're sentenced to a year or two, maybe three. And then about a year into it, then if that long, then the sentence will be reduced, or the person will be released. Excuse me, family. This has happened repeatedly, which demonstrates that they think that Black lives do not matter. Hence, this is why so many get upset when they see a sign. I'm sorry, family. I need to take a little thirst, a little drink. Hydrate. Which is evident when they see signs that say Black Lives Matter, or somebody wearing a shirt that says it, or a hat, or anything. The hostility, the anger, and the rage comes from all corners of wherever. Okay, family, we have to be aware and know that. Do your research on ketamine, and do the research that has been conducted on the use of ketamine on melanated Black people, and see what you bring up. Ensure that your families know that if something is to happen to you, you don't want ketamine used on your family member or loved ones, because this is something that is actually being used to unalive black people. Okay, uh, it is. It is. This is why they say, "Oh, they're too aggressive, or they're upset." And sometimes people can have mental health issues or anything, and instead of uh, dealing with it accordingly, they deal with it to unalive black people. Family, uh, when Trump was calling for segregation of the in the army, I mean, really, I think not segregation, but I think almost we need separation. We need a time away from these people. These people are evil and wicked. And for those that want to stay around them, then we should let you do that too. We should let you do that. Because it's come down to, our lives are at stake every day. You can go to work. You can go walk in the park. You can be having a barbecue in the park. You can go to the beach. You can go to the airport. You can go to the store. You can walk down the street. You can go to the post office, to the mailbox. You can go to the mall. Wherever you go, to the gas station, our lives are constantly put in jeopardy by these people. And we have to really understand that this is done by design and by purpose. Family, you have to be careful and protect yourselves, as Malcolm X said, by any means necessary out here. You know, we have to, family, because it is getting grave out there. It is. So, family, I'm going to tell you I thank you for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe the video. Okay? And keep coming back, family. I love for my family to come, and I thank you, and I surely do appreciate you. All right? Family, peace, love, and blessings, and one love. Please stay up, okay? And be safe. All right, family. Take care. Bye bye.